Hey y'all, meteorologist Sydney Goldberg here from the First Alert Desk, and it's Wednesday, the middle of the week, and it's another nice, cool morning on this Wednesday. I mean, look, clear blue skies on our Sky9 camera. This is overlooking Falls River on this Wednesday morning. Temperature-wise, also not so bad now that it's 11. It's a little bit later into the morning, but we're still warming nicely because we started off cool once again. Some places even got into the upper 50s, but here in Baton Rouge, we bottomed out in the low 60s. So still cool, still have some dry air in place, making for that nicer feel. So upper 70s for many of us now into this morning, upper 70s here in Baton Rouge, 77, 79 in Gonzales, or 78 over in New Road, so not too bad, but it will be another warm afternoon. Very similar to yesterday, temperatures climbing to the upper 80s for our afternoon high. Lots of sunshine, so we'll keep the nice sunny skies. And then when the sun sets, again, another pleasant evening. So temperatures will quickly cool though. So you can see from 6 to 9, we drop about 10 degrees into the low 70s by 9 and eventually back into the 60s overnight. And we don't have to worry about rain today, but it does look like it's going to change by the weekend. The other thing you're going to notice, especially tomorrow, is the change in the humidity. So enjoy the nice dry air while we have it today, because that's going to change by Thursday into Friday. Look, we have a little bit of a step up by Thursday, upper 60s by Friday, and our dew points by the weekend into the 70s. Certainly don't want to see that into October. That's not providing that fall feel. You'll definitely notice it in the morning lows. So while the low 60s is typical for this time of year into October, it's nice and cool to start off the day. We'll look at Saturday and Sunday, starting off at the upper 60s, and it's going to be muggy in the mornings. But then change arrives after the weekend to start off next week, returning back into the low 60s, maybe even some upper 50s. So it'll come back to us, but next week. So because the humidity is increasing and we do have a little bit of some clear skies overnight tonight into tomorrow, there is a fog potential. So keep that in mind for your commute tomorrow morning. We could see some patchy dense fog developing around 6:30. So you can see that in the fogcast here. We could see some impaired visibilities in some places. And then once the sun comes up later in the morning, all the fog should mix out. So just give yourself some extra time for the morning commute headed to work or school. I was mentioning the rain chances. Well, nothing today, nothing tomorrow, nothing Friday. And then unfortunately, the timing looks to appear Saturday and Sunday that we're watching for scattered showers and storms. But some places do need the rain, so that is important to note. Then start off next week, back to that dry pattern. So here's why, the futurecast. We have another weather system that's moving down from the south. This is what's going to help pull in that moisture by the weekend. You can see those winds turn southerly. That's pulling that moisture off the Gulf. So that's why we see that increase of humidity. And then rain chances also appear by Saturday. So you can see as that weather system approaches, we could start to see some scattered showers and storms arriving by the afternoon on Saturday and into the evening as well. Check this out. We could see some pretty strong to severe storms up towards the north. Now back here at home, I wouldn't rule out that we see a stronger storm, but the severe weather threat is to our north. The Storm Prediction Center is highlighting Arkansas, northern Louisiana, portions of Mississippi, and in Tennessee, Kentucky from Saturday morning into Sunday morning for a level 2 out of 5, so it's a slight risk of severe weather through the weekend. So that does make you question, okay, our LSU Tigers are on the road in Nashville, Tennessee. They're taking on Vanderbilt. That's set to kick off earlier in the morning. So that's an 11 a.m. kick, which does look like it will be okay timing-wise for the rain and storms. So right now, temperatures are warm at kickoff in the upper 70s, so not too bad, partly cloudy. But then by the time we get to halftime, may have to watch for some isolated showers and storms. So right now, rain chances are running at 20%. Also, you'll notice the cloud cover increasing if you are headed to the game this weekend, ahead of the chance for seeing some showers and storms. Back here at home in Louisiana, we have 2 homecomings. Southern University homecoming this weekend. They're set to play Prairie View A&M Panthers. That's kicking off at 4 in the afternoon. So we will have to watch for scattered showers and storms throughout the afternoon because of the timing of that cold front. It also looks to appear warm, upper 80s at kick, and then cooling down to the upper 70s by the end of the game for fourth quarter. So how much rain are we talking? Well, the Weather Prediction Center is saying on average through the next week, and right now our rain chances look mainly like Saturday and Sunday. So through those next 2 days, South Louisiana could get up anywhere from a ½ an inch to a quarter of an inch, even less than that, the further south you go. A lot of the higher rain totals is going to stay towards the north, where we saw the strongest storm potential and the heaviest of rain, right? And I mentioned some of us need the rain. This is the drought monitor from last week, so we'll get the new one tomorrow. The drought monitor comes out every Thursday, and we have moderate drought persisting through South Louisiana. And because we've had several days of dry conditions, it's likely that we're seeing not only drought persisting, but we could even see some of that drought worsening. And it doesn't look like we're going to pick up a lot of rainfall through the weekend. In fact, here at the Baton Rouge Metro Airport, so far this month in October, we received 1.7 inches. Our normal rainfall for the month of October is closer to 5 inches. So we're running below 3 inches so far this month. So we need the rainfall. In fact, some parishes are underneath a current burn ban. So that means no open burning in the parishes that are in red. So that's because just lacking that moisture, and you can see that fire danger increasing. Let's talk about the heat. It's been hot through the afternoons, felt really nice into the mornings, but upper 80s is actually well above normal for this time of year. In fact, today's average, 81 degrees, low 80s. So we're running well above normal. 6 degrees above normal today. Look at Thursday and Friday, +7, +8. So we're running quite warm. Now that we're into the middle of October, we will return back to the mid 80s by next week. But again, that's 5 degrees above normal. So quite warm through the afternoons. And beyond that, the Climate Prediction Center puts these outlooks out. So this is 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. It's probabilistic. So you'll notice the entire country is underneath some sort of shade of red or orange. Well, it does look like the highest or the warmest temperatures above normal look to be towards the north, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be hot, right? Now that we're into the low 80s, right here, this light shade means that we're closer to normal. So as we approach the end of October, so that's October 28th, getting closer and closer to Halloween, it does look like there are chances that will be above normal, but above normal, remember, is low 80s. So low 80s is still cooler into the afternoon, not upper 80s, we'll certainly take that, but the upper 80s are going to continue. You can see that in the 7-day here, 87 once again today, 88 tomorrow, we'll climb a degree each day. Let me go back to that so you can see. Into the mornings, you'll really notice the moisture changing, upper 60s by Saturday and Sunday, and then we are watching for scattered showers and storms both Saturday and Sunday. So as we get closer, we'll time out better what that looks like for Saturday, but it does look like for Sunday right now, it'll be mainly into the morning, and then we'll see clearing conditions, and we'll return to those nice, cool mornings to start off next week. So of course, Jeff Morrow will have more details of what to expect today. And of course, as we get closer and closer to the weekend, we'll have more details on that for you as well over on 9 News at noon this afternoon.
No interest, no money down, no payments for 12 months on HVAC, plumbing, and electrical services. Scan the QR code on your screen to learn more.